Long before Claudia and Ronnie Hubenthal planned a pond for their new home in Georgetown, she was already keen on water gardening. This one was a step up from the small ones she'd built to entice the birds and other wildlife she loves. Actually, this design started a few years ago, even before they built their new house, when she and Ronnie ran into a find and pinned it to their imagination.
Yep, that bridge is the key to this whole design. And so that was the reason we did the 45-foot stream. So we wanted an upper pond and a lower pond. And I kind of drew out what I wanted, and then Hill Country Water Gardens came and they built it for us.
Working mostly with the property's rocks that Claudia and Ronnie reserved during building, Hill Country Water Gardens had the know-how to layer them for a natural look. Claudia did modify one placement, the upper pond's ledge waterfall, for visibility from the upstairs master bedroom. They also planned for vantage points all along their wraparound porch where they dine. The stream, just like a natural one, is an irresistible invitation to slow down and follow its tranquility. Midway, Claudia usually gathers a crowd with another serendipitous find.
We were building the house. This rock was out in the front yard next to the trees. And I said, oh, I love this. I'm going to make this my bird rock, the feature in the pond. I didn't know exactly how it would work, but I knew that it was going to be beautiful because it had all these little cups and places for the water to form. And I thought, what a perfect bird bath for the birds.
Birds of all kinds head for the pond. Her camera is always nearby.
Because I've always loved to photograph the birds, and I also paint birds. So after I photograph them, then I'll take those photographs and paint them. I've always just loved the wildlife. I mean, that's always been very special to me.
Past the bridge, the stream ends at the lower pond, where 17-cent goldfish have grown into big extended families. Although Claudia's gardening under oak trees, she gets enough sun.
The back of the house faces east, and so the shade is good in the morning, and then in the summer, the west sun hits it in the afternoon, and we have more than 6 hours of sun. It's worked pretty well. Now, in the springtime when the oak blossoms are falling, it's been a lot more maintenance on the pond because you have to get in and empty the skimmer 2 or 3 times a week instead of just once a week like we do in the summertime. There's quite a bit of maintenance that goes with having the trees and the leaves, and I've got a net that I run along the bottom and I scoop out leaves and things like that with it.
Alfalfa pellets cleared up some algae problems. In just a year, their pond plants got so big that Ronnie's brother, Glenn Hubenthal of the Austin Pond Society, said it was time to repot and fertilize the water lilies come March. Eventually, they'll pass along divisions, since that's part of their heritage, like the irises Claudia's planted in the gardens beyond the pond.
So when I was a little girl in Denver, my mother went to this big estate that was closing down, and they allowed people to dig up anything they wanted to out of their gardens. And so she dug up these beautiful iris and brought them to our house there in Denver, and we had them there for many, many years. And then when they moved to Abilene, she brought some of the starts from them, and she planted them there in Abilene. And then when my dad came to live with us and we were selling the house, this was after my mom had passed away, I wanted to bring a little bit of her with me. And so I brought some of the tubers with me in the fall and planted them, and now I moved them from that house to this house.
With every blackberry, they'll remember their heritage from Ronnie's great-aunt's garden. The pond's best pass-along is with the next creative generation, their grandkids.
They love it. First thing that they did was try to build a dam, though, and they ran most of the water out of it. They were very successful at their dam building.